Like, honestly, who gives a fuck about an intro? Like, I think
I don't know.
we might just
But
fucking talk about fucking Borderlands.
hey, hold on. Like, pump them brakes. Ricky Starks has to pump his brakes. I think we got to get you to pump the brakes for a second because the people need to know what podcast they're jumping into. Because we're going to talk a little bit of video games here. We're going to talk about some pro wrestling. We didn't watch a whole lot of anime this week. We apologize, but work happens, right? Mm-hmm. But we got some things to talk about. We got a whole lot of shit that happened this week. And before I start off with the long intro, hey, everybody out there, stay safe. Please stay safe. Shit going on around here in the United States. If you're overseas listening, hey, first off, thank you. But, second of all, you stay safe too. Just, it's some crazy shit happening out there. Everybody out there, just stay safe and be safe. But with that, thanks for joining the Anime Games and Pro Wrestling podcast, where we got off the top rope and a little bit of, a little bit of the video game podcast too. So, Lionel, let them know what they're in for.
Fucking intro. No, I'm kidding. We were talking a little bit about Borderlands off cam just now, like literally a couple seconds before we hit record.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to be talking about the new AEW signings that happened this week. We're also going to be talking a little bit about who has been a success that's gone from AEW to WWE. We're going to be talking about Powerhouse Hobbs. We're going to be we're talking Dynamite Collision. We have a lot of things we're going to be talking about in this episode.
Yeah, man. So get your popcorn. Hey, hit pause for a second. I probably shouldn't tell you to hit pause. You should know already. When you listening to us, get that popcorn ready. Get your drinks, get your soda, or shit. Get them weights ready because you're pumping that iron while listening to a good ass podcast. Because we're about to give you about hour and a half, 2 hours of good shit.
Yes,
so let's get going.
Yes, we're gonna start with where we just left off. We were just talking about Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
Proffitt just started playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Proffitt, how far are you? Might be further than me because I haven't played Borderlands 4 in a while. Where are you right now?
Oh man, I'm not far. I'm about an hour in. I just so I got out of the main quote unquote tutorial area where you kill that first boss. Actually, I think I killed like 3 bosses already. And started getting into the open world, and it pretty much at this point, there's quests everywhere. There's a new town that I went to because they pretty much tell you, hey, you can liberate all these towns. And so it goes a little Assassin's Creed on you with the open world. That was like one of the first things I noticed. But, the gunplay is Borderlands gunplay, just a little bit better because, believe it or not, Unreal, for whatever reason, makes your gun shoot better.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why either.
And also, we were talking about before we hit the podcast that the grappling hook thing, the grappling hook that you get on in the new Borderlands, and double jumping, which I think some characters had double jumps in the previous one. My brain's foggy, so I don't remember. I thought it was a single jump, but I could be wrong. But
we didn't really get vaulting and stuff like that till Borderlands 3.
Yeah, until Borderlands 3. I remember the vaulting and stuff. I don't remember the double jump in the previous ones.
I can. The only way that you're able to double jump in the old games is with grenade
rocket
jumps.
Okay. Grenade jumps and rocket jumps. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, now you have the legit double jump, and you have the grappling hook where you can grapple hook into areas, and also use the grappling hook to toss shit at people, which is also equally cool.
It's really fun to do.
I feel like they took some of the best things from, I'm going to butcher it, so everybody's going to probably shit on me in the comments, but I don't care. Destiny, I think it's Lightwave. Right?
Lightfall extension.
Lightfall. Destiny Lightfall.
With Strand, yeah. You had Strand in the way that Destiny implemented Strand was really fun because what it was it was a grappling hook, right? Like for sure. Like it was that mechanic. But you're able to grapple on air and stuff like that too. It was really interesting the way they did it.
Yeah. I feel like this is probably like the start, because you know how every Borderlands go. I feel like 4 is like that new, since they're going to a new planet, getting off of Pandora, and they're in a new area. It's like they're not rebooting the series; they're just continuing the story, but now they can add more stuff that fits in the realm of where they are now, right? Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
Like the grappling hook makes perfect sense now. Especially with the new Vault Hunters. The new Vault Hunters are cool as shit. This is actually like one of the first times I like all the Vault Hunters.
really.
Yeah, because the first game, well, there's only one, Roland. I mean, that's the boy.
Yeah.
Roland and Brick were like my favorite in part 1. Didn't really like Lilith that much, and didn't really like Mordecai. Even though later on, when you're not playing as Mordecai's hilarious.
Yeah, he becomes an actual like human being.
Yeah, he's not this. I don't know. He wasn't a character. He didn't feel like a character in like in like part 1. Right, he didn't feel like a person or anything like that.
A stereotype. That's kind of what Borderlands 1 was, honestly. Him and low-key Roland for a little bit were just kind of stereotypes.
Yeah. The only one that was out of the box was Brick.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like Brick was different. Let's see, and then like part 3, I liked Zane. I really like Zane. And Zane and Mose. I like those two.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Part 2, like everybody will give me shit about this, but I didn't like part 2.
I played a lot of part 2. If you know, you know. But a lot of part 2.
Yeah.
I personally think this is my personal opinion. The baseball hunters of Borderlands 2 were not good. Personally, the DLCs, the Necromancer and the Psycho were the 2 best characters of Borderlands 2, in my personal opinion. I don't like playing like any of the base characters in 2. They're just not good to me, at least.
Yeah, because the one I chose was I think it was Salvador.
Yeah, Gunslinger. Or Gunzerker, I mean, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, Gunzerker, but he was alright, but it had, to me, it actually had nothing to do with this gameplay that I didn't like. It was just actually the character itself I didn't like. And it was like that for pretty much all the characters. I didn't play the DLC characters, so I don't know about them, but the base roster, I did not like any of them. But the Handsome Jack, I liked the, I think her name was Athena.
Oh yeah, in the pre-sequel?
Yeah, the prequel sequel, yeah. I like that character. That character was really cool. But yeah, like, in this one, part 4, I pretty much like all of the, I like all the base Vault Hunters so far. They're all pretty cool and quirky in their own way.
Yeah. And plus, they feel like they're their own characters too, because like in every Borderlands game, like everyone has like little quips and stuff like that. Whenever you're going through missions and stuff like that, like you get the 1-line, 2-line maybe. In this game in Borderlands 4, they feel like everyone feels like their own character. Like they feel like everyone has like they're all gonna follow the same story, obviously, because it's Borderlands.
Right.
With what they're saying, it feels like they're their own characters doing their own thing in their own story, which is interesting. At least to me, and I'm very early. Like I'm not. Like I've played like maybe 5 hours with a couple characters total, so just interesting.
Yeah, because I'm playing what's her name? What is her name? The one, not the I'm not playing the Siren. I'm playing the other, the like Technomancer type character. I forget what her name is. Sorry, I'm terrible with names, guys.
God, what is her name? What's her name? Harlow.
Yeah, Harlow. I'm playing as Harlow. And the thing I like about Harlow is like you see it in like the first fight, like the beginning, like first boss. She's like, "Hey, You got some awesome tech there. Hey, have you ever thought about doing this, this, and this? And like, in her own way, because she loves tech. She's like, fascinated. She's being captured, but she's she's more fascinated by the tech than her being captured. So I was like, she doesn't give a shit. She got captured. She's like, whoa, that tech's cool. Hey, have you ever used it the moon jump and skywalk and shit like that? And then there's the back and forth between that. But yeah, Harlow's pretty cool. Amon just reminds me of what's his name, Reinhardt in fucking Overwatch. Mm-hmm. That guy's a big meat shield. He's a beast of a man.
Yeah, it's a good thing that like his the only build that is like low key playable for him, in my opinion, is probably the one with the shield. Oh, the melee ones are okay, but
not anymore. Not after the updates.
Oh, they fix it.
Yeah, they fix it.
More balanced.
He's a beast now.
Good. Because he was underwhelming when I played him.
Yeah, you can't have this giant guy hitting like a wet noodle.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Especially the only guy that's using weapons, right? Like, yeah. So, but so far, I'm having a lot of fun with it. And going through the open world, I see some of the stuff people talked about, about the open world and stuff. Doesn't really bother me. Like I said, I got little Assassin's Creed vibes by the, hey, you can capture the city or you can like reveal this area type deal. Mm-hmm. We'll see like as I go through the game how egregious that shit is. Like it could be, because Assassin's Creed, it got insane, right? You're like doing it every 2 steps. It seems like it's spaced out. It's more like you're opening hubs more than anything. That's what I think it is. You're just going around and opening a hub. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
no, yeah,
that's what it feels like. Mm-hmm. And you can do the story at your own pace. You don't necessarily have to jump straight to the main story. You can just fuck around and do side quests. And oh, hey, there's this giant thing that appeared on the map. Go kill it and shit like that. It has like the world boss or world. What is it? The world?
Kind of like a world boss thing. Like you talk about like in Path of Exile, right? Or not Path of Exile. What game am I thinking of?
Shit, Destiny.
Destiny, yeah.
The timed boss events that were in like certain locations everywhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of like those.
I forget what they're called. Like those like explore missions, whatever they were called, where you get them from the beacon. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of them though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah. But so far, I'm probably like about an hour to 2 hours into it. So far, I'm having fun. Gonna explore it a bit more, but yeah, seems pretty fun so far.
It's interesting. Like I'm definitely not like the biggest fan of the open world. Like mm-hmm. I kind of agree with like a lot of the takes about it, where it feels kind of like, well, you're not far, so you're not like super far yet, so you may or may not feel this way, depending.
Yeah.
It definitely like it definitely felt repetitive to me pretty early on.
Right.
But we'll see. You'll see if that's the same for you. It might not be, because there's enough to do. Where if you're mm-hmm. if you're not trying to like do everything, you're just doing the stuff that you like to do. That might feel a little repetitive, depending, because you only have so many things that you can do, so many types of missions in Borderlands, but. It's still, I think it's still a fun game.
Yeah, I do think, like, since this is kind of like I said before, not necessarily a soft reboot, but it's just like you're finally moving on to the next phase of it. Mm-hmm. The first game is going to always have all the kinks, like just like Borderlands 1, right?
Yeah.
Borderlands 1 is a bare bones Borderlands. It was fun, but it was bare bones. It didn't really hit its stride, like, not until 3. 3 was kind of like the cap of it. Had all the good mechanics and things like that, even though some people disagree, but it had all the mechanics and things like that. It was kind of a cap to those from prequel, sequel to 3. That was the cap. I feel like this is they took everything from 3, but this is the new, in a way, Borderlands 1. Where they're putting all the new features in there, getting those in, and now the next 2 or 3 games, they're going to polish it, right? So
with the way they're working, we're going to get some polish we're gonna get some polish in like the next couple of years, because usually how these Borderlands games have been working lately, like, because three was not good when it was started. Like the end game was kind of garbage. There was nothing there. All the Vault Hunters were like wildly inconsistent with each other. Like it was a lot of stuff, right? It took like a little bit of time, but you wait like a year, 2 years, the game is completely different. Like Borderlands 3 is night and day from day one to where it is now, which is why it's so good now. I can see the same thing happening for Borderlands 4. And then Borderlands 4 to me has a better base than 3 did.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I remember we all got on and played Borderlands 3 when it came out.
Yes.
And I was the unfortunate one that picked fucking Zane in the beginning.
Yeah,
Zane,
we picked him when he was really bad.
Zane was really, really bad in the beginning. So I kind of just fell off because I didn't want to make a new character. I didn't play until like 2-3 years later. Mm-hmm. And then when I finally played it, and Zane was, they finally balanced him and he was finally like actually good. It was, and the game was a different game at that point. It was way different than when I first played it. But yeah, I agree. The base for Borderlands 4 is a lot better than Borderlands 3.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting to see where that game goes in like a year. Because you're already talking about they're already balancing characters, like, which is good. Yeah. It was necessary in Borderlands 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that first like true expansion for Borderlands 4, because usually that's when those games like really take off, when they get those expansions. So we'll see.
Well,
I'm guessing sometime this year we'll get that.
They're the Bounty Hunter packs, I think they're called.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first one has a new character in it. Has a new Vault Hunter.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, there's 2 Vault Hunters. We're getting two other Vault Hunters. The first one, I am really anxious to play. Like I would almost hold off if I knew he was coming out soon, just to play him, because he's like Gambit. He was exploding cards at people.
Look at them putting new characters in. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's that character. We don't know what the other Vault Hunter is. So, yeah, that's some good stuff.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, man. But while we're on the topic of games,
there
is a game that actually snuck in some stuff. Well, not snuck in some stuff, but just like announced its season 2 out of nowhere. Just bam, here's our season 2 and here's what we got. And that is Fatal Fury, City of Wolves. I don't know why I can't talk today. But yeah, City of Wolves, season 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did we got some characters leaked, and then we got the official thing. What, yesterday? 2 days ago? Sometime
2 days
recently.
ago. Yeah, it was like 2 days ago. But yeah, people went crazy over the AI video. It was like, whatever. It doesn't.
I mean, we knew that was gonna you knew that was gonna happen. Like you knew if you're on the internet for longer than a day, you realize that a lot of people do not like generative AI. Like they don't. It's just you have the money. Just don't do it. It's that easy.
Yep. So there was that. And then they announced, which that video had all the characters. Well, all except there's like 2 characters that they didn't announce.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is everybody thinks is Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, and I'm like, oh, there ain't no damn way.
Bro, you didn't see the thing that
I saw the trailer.
Okay, it's for sure, bro, for sure, Kenshiro.
I don't know about that, bro.
Like I am 100% that May is Kenshiro.
I think it's Rio.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's Rio from Art of Fighting. He has the same wristband, bro.
SNK, don't fuck me over on this.
I want it to be Kenshiro so I can main this guy.
Yes.
I'm already maining my little avatar that you guys see, Mr. Big. Mr. Big is the shit.
Who released early, by the way.
My boy ain't taking... He's kicking ass. He ain't taking no names. He trying to get his damn city back.
Street Fighter 6. Take notes on releases. I'm gonna... While we're sitting here, I'm gonna talk about the characters that they announced, because they
Yeah,
announced
yeah,
damn near the whole season.
Yep.
And release windows, by the way, for all of them.
One coming next week, by the way.
Tekken, Street Fighter, take note. Why is Alex taking 6 months? Capcom.
Because he turned heel, bro. Sorry.
6 months? They do this. My eyes almost popped out of my sockets, bro. 6 months.
6 fucking months, bro. He turned heel, so he's going to be the shit now.
We get. Oh, I was about to rant about Street Fighter. Let me not do that, because I'm really upset with Street Fighter 6.
Wait, hold
Very
on.
upset.
Let's talk about the City of Wolves Season 2,
City
and then
of
we
Wolves
can hit
first.
Street Fighter 6.
City of Wolves first. So, January, Kim Jae-hoon. We get Nightmare Geese in February. Blue Mary in March. Wolfgang Krauser in April. And then 2 mystery characters, one in May and one in June. So, the way that this is lining up, we'll have this whole season before EVO. Depending on when the June character comes out. And you know they're not going to, like, sit for 6 months and wait. So this might be season 2, and they might announce season 3 at EVO. Potentially.
Yeah. Well, the way SNK does stuff, they do all their stuff at once, right?
Yeah.
That means they've been working on these season 2 characters ever since they... Well, if you guys know how game development works, right? Like when you have DLC characters like this, you know how they had season 1 and all that. They probably already had season 2 midway through season 1, who they were going to bring out, and they already started working on them. So, which is why they can do that release schedule the way that they're doing, and they probably had these season 2 characters like they're already done and tested. Like they're already 6 months each, and they're ready to go. Right? They got all their balance patches and shit like that. So, yeah, that's why they could do like a tight release schedule like they're doing. It's because they've already had 6 months to do it. But you know, you only saw season 1. Season 2 was already in the pipe.
They were releasing season 1 characters early.
Yeah.
Which is not a thing that happens nowadays.
No.
Capcom.
Oh. Damn. Shots fired.
They can't even give us fucking costumes, bro. We can't even get costumes. Like, all we get is the stupid shit for a fucking battle pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean, we get shit for our fucking, for our, our icons, whatever the fuck they're called. Our avatars. That's all we get. If you go and look up the releases for Street Fighter 6 characters, for the entire time that it has been a thing, there's always a 6-month break in the middle of a season.
Yes.
We had one character released 3 months ago, but that's not important. I'm not worried about that right now. What we're talking about is City of the Wolves, because they are doing a lot of really good things right now, and I'm expecting at least a couple more characters after June this year. I don't think they're gonna sit on this. I think City of the Wolves is doing a lot better than a lot of people think, which is why they're able to like pump out this content the way they are. They want to keep it supported.
They did this content release schedule. If you remember, when they were all in on Samurai Showdown, they did it exactly the same way.
Yeah, that is true.
Because Samurai Showdown had like damn near, it had 4 seasons. I think Samurai Showdown had 4 seasons. They even had guest characters and shit like that, like Biking from Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
And like, you know, just other characters. So SNK doesn't play around, man. Once they get in their groove, I fully expect it. And we're getting a new art of fighting. So we're also getting that too. So, which is why I suspect Ryo is the character and not Kenshiro. They're doubling up on the art of fighting characters.
Better be fucking Kenshiro. Let's make it Kenshiro.
Or even better, make it the best character to come out of art of fighting. Robert Garcia.
Nope, not doing that.
Come on, man. You know you want it. The people want it. The people being me.
Who wants Robert Garcia, Proffitt? Not even you. You don't want him either.
Hey. It will be a good day when he comes to City of Wolves.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
Stop hating over there, bro.
Let me. Since we're on topic of fighting games and character
Yep.
releases. Let me tell you the dates of Street Fighter 6 characters that were released.
Okay.
Since we're here. The game came out June 2nd, 2023. Which it doesn't feel like it was 3 years ago, because at this point we would already have a Super Street Fighter 3 or a Super Street Fighter 6, but we can't fucking get that either. We barely get balance patches. Rashid came out July 24th, 2023. Aki came out September. And then the next character was Ed in February. Akuma in May, which started Season 2. Bison in June. And then from June to September, it took Terry. And then from September to February, it was Mai. And then from February to June, Elena. We got Sagat a month later.
Mm-hmm.
Viper was October. Alex is going to be early spring. Potentially like March. And then Ingrid's going to be late spring.
Ugh. Kill that character already.
I'm going to play Ingrid in 2 years when she comes out.
God. I hope that character sucks. Hey, you got your little stupid ass Ingrid character. Like, yeah, no. And she sucks. There.
She's going to be best character in the game. She's going to be best character in the game.
She probably will be, and it's going to piss me off.
Yeah. Just be proud for that.
You know what? Every time I play an Ingrid, you're going to get the best of me. It's going to be a champion of the universe match every time. Because I'm sitting forward in the seat, locked in. I'll drink a couple Ghost Energy drinks so I can focus at that point. Oh no, I'm getting in that ass.
The day that she releases in July. No, July might be too early. No, we'll say July. By the time she releases in July, you'll be able to do that then. You'll be paying a bunch of Ingrids because people will have been waiting for that character for a year.
Yeah, good. Hope they wait 2 more years. I hope Kingdom Hearts comes out before it.
Don't put that evil on me. I want Street Fighter 6 content, bro. Like I'm sick of Street Fighter in the stupid plan that they have. They don't put any characters out. They don't put any costumes out. Like I don't understand why does Capcom act like they don't care about Street Fighter all of a sudden? When Street Fighter 5 was dying, they put out costumes galore out the wazoo. Now that we can't get anything, they want to make excuses. Fuck the excuses, bro.
Oh, they're complacent. That's what it is.
They made all that money fucking that first week, and they're like, okay, we're good.
Well, that and throughout all the seasons, right? And they see Tekken took a nosedive. Tekken is that is the biggest fall from grace I've ever seen.
In one season, season that shit went to like shit.
Yeah, one season it nosedive.
But at least Tekken is at least trying to put content out.
Really?
Street Fighter said, we have this, we have our Season 3 patch. We're not touching the game for a year. Oh wait, no, we're gonna touch the game. We're gonna give a little balance adjustment here. We're not gonna rock anything too slow. We're not gonna rock anything too much. Mm-hmm. It's dumb.
So hold on. That actually brings an interesting topic in my mind. So are we too used to now having these big season shakeups all the time? Like, because you know where that came from, right? That's some League of Legends shit, right? Every season, they completely overhaul the balance or completely make half the character shit, half of them great, and they do this big shakeup to make players play again. So they started doing that in fighting games for a little bit. Like, I think they did it in Street Fighter 5 a lot. Big shake up the balance, right?
Yeah.
In order for players to constantly come back and play the game. Whereas a long time ago, like old school is like, this is what we got. We're kind of fucking stuck with this shit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying old school is better, right? Obviously not. Like, Street Fighter 3 is probably Third Strike is probably the most broken game you'll ever play. Yeah, flame me for that. It's true. Okay.
People love it. We know it's
wildly
unbalanced, but people love it. I love it.
I love Third Strike, but it is the most unbalanced shit you'll ever play. The higher up you go, the more unbalanced it gets, right?
Oh yeah.
Now, are we too used to now? Other than a balance patch to fix it, I get balance patches for fixing things. We all want that, right? We don't want to be taken out because of a bug or being fucked because of a bug.
Yeah.
For a situation or something egregiously, imbalanced, like Nash in Season 1 Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
right? We don't need that. But if the balance is in a good spot, right, where all the characters can compete, not saying they're equal because that would suck. That's a shitty game. Whether you like it or not, a completely 100% 50-50 balanced game would suck. But characters have a chance to win in circumstances, situations, whatever, right? Now, if the balance is fine, why would you need to shake it up? Because if you shake it up, you're going to break that previous balance, for one. And two, now that you've shaken it up and have all this new weird balance and stuff like that, is it going to make the game better? Tekken did it, and it didn't. It fucked them. It completely, in one season, they completely fucked that game.
Well, they also lied about what they were putting into the game.
But they still did the big shakeup. They shook it up.
But they were lying. They said, hey, we hear you. We know you want more defensive options.
Oh,
we know that you want this. So, Season 2, we're going to give you Jack 8 doing a lot of fucked up shit, a lot of new moves that you can't block. You can't sidestep a lot of things. Because this is what you want, right? You said you want defense. So, we're just going to put a lot more, like... oh, my God. I almost went. We're going to put a lot more, like, abusive offense in here. That's what you wanted, right? That's what you wanted.
The offense is defense, okay? As long as you're doing offense, you got defense.
You want defense? Press more buttons.
Press buttons, baby. That's what we do. And keep that guy in the air for 60 seconds.
The best defense is a good offense.
Look, you know my rant about all the jacks, okay? Oh, fuck it. I'm going to do it right here. Anybody, I don't give a fuck if you're a pro player or not. Even from Tekken 7, we'll go from Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. Anybody that kept saying, well, Jack 8 or Jack 7 or Jack whatever, you know, he's a, you know, low-tier character or full of fucking shit. That character is always busted. Always wins tournaments no matter what. You watch like a Jack player like take somebody from full health to 5% life and not even a combo. But he's a completely balanced character. And it's like, and he has all this shit that you can't block. Once he gets going, you're done for. And it's really hard to stop. Like, just looking from like a outside looking in perspective. I am no means a pro Tekken player or anything like that. But when I've seen all these tournaments where these Jacks win, it is like heavily unbalanced towards Jack. Like a good Jack player can wreck everybody. And it's just, there's like literally nothing anyone can do. And it happens all the time. They sandbag that character until it's tournament time. And when it's tournament time, they play him and then they just wreck everybody. I feel like everybody has a pocket Jack somewhere. That's my rant.
I feel like most people do. Like, Tekken 8 is like very weird, right? Because I haven't granted, I haven't been keeping up with Tekken like in the last 3 months.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not fully sure about what's happening. I know the game still isn't like fixed, isn't like balanced properly yet. Still.
Yeah.
But to go to your point and to answer your question about if we're too used to like the balance shakeups, I would say yes, but that's of the fault of the companies for doing that. Right?
Well,
they didn't have to. But if you want people in the game, because at this point you have to call it what it is. Fighting games are live service games.
Yeah.
People might not want to talk about it because of whatever, right? But fighting games are live service games. If you want people to be invested in your live service, you have to have things to bring people in.
Mm-hmm.
Tekken doesn't do that well. Street Fighter right now doesn't do that well. 2XKO is having problems right now with like that's about to release, and fucking people are upset about pro players because pro players have been playing characters that have not been released already.
Man, didn't we talk about this? We talked about this a long time ago.
Yes.
About, I think it was Mortal Kombat?
Mm-hmm.
When Nerd Josh was winning all those tournaments? After being a fucking tester?
Yeah, he tests the game. He tests the game early. Then he hides a bunch of broken shit that he found during testing, and then uses that to be a god at the game for the first week. Yeah,
it was like the first few months that it was out. But yeah, it was stupid. And that's what people are going to do. There's this $100,000 tournament, right?
Yeah.
No one's on equal footing. So all of a sudden, you got all the people playing, but you have these testers that have played somewhat of the patch a little bit. I'm not going to say they've spent the whole day labbing the fucking patch, right? They got flown out, they got to play the patch a little bit, and then, they got wined and dined, okay? But now they have they know what's going on. They're probably going to pick the characters accordingly. Even in the current state, they can lab those characters knowing, hey, these setups are going to come in down the line. That's hard to do, but they can do that. Mm-hmm. They got time to do that. And then, when these tournaments come out for 100K and stuff like that, you're going to get hit. You just might as well just put the controller down when they hit you. Right? They're going to hit you with the most optimal shit you've ever seen.
Day one with the new patch stuff in there. That's a problem. That sucks. They shouldn't be able to do it. That's why to your point about if we're too used to it, at this point we need balance patches. Right? Like at this point that's like a necessary evil, right? So if you're going to be a game that's going to actively avoid doing that when you have balance problems, that's when it becomes a problem. That's what the problem with Street Fighter is right now, right? Not only does Street Fighter has balance problems on top of the game feeling stale because people played the same game now for 9 months. There hasn't been a new character since October, so a lot of people are dropping out, and a lot of the people who will be casually playing games, like going online and playing every once in a while after work, are not playing anymore because the game's stale, right? So Capcom and Street Fighter, they need to specifically figure out something to do. Tekken's a whole nother story because
it's a whole nother thing, man.
It's a whole other thing. They got to figure out what they're gonna do, and they just lost Harada too and everything. So like, it's just who knows what's gonna happen with Tekken, right?
Yeah.
But to the point of Street Fighter doesn't do shit.
Well, here's the thing with Street Fighter. Well, I do agree that they need a balance patch to air out some of the egregious shit and all that stuff and get it more of a tight game. At the same time, they don't need to shake up the current foundation of balance that they have. They need to add to it versus completely fucking up the game, right? But it depends on where they want to go with it, right? Like, if they want to do air combos now, well, of course it's gonna fucking change the game, right? And I'm not saying they're doing air combos for people out there listening. I'm just saying in general, if they added a feature like air combos or something like that, then they would have to change the game, obviously. But if they wanted to do something like add more things that knock people off the wall and do knockbacks, or just add a new mechanic and put that in, there'll be balance changes, and it will shake up. It will for sure shake up the game. One new mechanic completely changes a game, whether people know it or not. Something as simple as adding a new mechanic. They should start adding versus subtracting and completely killing the current base and balance on how the game feels. Because there's nothing worse than completely changing all the balance in the game, putting it out, you thinking it's good, and it's fucking awful. And now you got to start putting things back, remembering where all the stuff is. It's not worth that headache. Sure, it'll shake things up. It'll shake things up in the worst way possible. So I feel like the Street Fighter team has a challenge of whether or not they just want to add more stuff, keep the current tight balance, but add more stuff to it to change the game, but keep that balance while changing the game at the same time. Of course, stuff will, they'll be changing the ranks and the characters and stuff like that as it goes, and then we're polishing and getting all the egregious balance problems out of the way. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that's for the better versus just, hey, half of the characters suck and the other ones are great. which is the balance actually people are looking for. The League of Legends balance model, which is not great.
See, I would agree if we were getting shakeups every year. Street Fighter 6 has not done that. Like,
Right.
for the most part, the top layer of Street Fighter 6 like has stayed the same
Yes.
for 3 years.
Right. No, in that case I do agree, because it's like going from regular to super, right?
Yeah.
You go to super, that shit's gonna change. Every time it goes to super, all the stuff changes, right? That is literally a new game once you play it.
That was the expectation coming into season 3, because going from preseason to season 1 to season 2, not a lot changed. Like characters have moved around here and there a little bit. Frame data has moved around a little bit here and there. But if we're going to be completely realistic, if you've been playing Street Fighter 6 since day one, the game has not changed a significant amount. Like,
no.
if you're playing Honda, like, sure, your shit changed, right? Because they made Honda, he wasn't even really good to begin with. I will stand by that for the rest of my life. That he was not like super good season 1, and people were complaining just because they didn't know how to fucking block a headbutt. That's where I'm gonna stand forever. But like the Honda people, like people who played Honda, that changed like semi-significantly. But for everyone else, like Ken is basically the same that he has been with a better Jinrai.
Yep.
Kimberly's the same as she's been. So like they need to like shake things up, but it feels like they're too afraid to even do that. Like,
yeah.
we should have gotten Super already. It's been 3 years. If we're going by what they've done in the past, you know, and I know you can't always do that. Like, that's not how that works. But
No.
going back to what they were doing, at this point, we'd have already gotten like something, or at the very least, more costumes. Like
More
some characters have
costumes.
4 costumes.
Well, the thing I would like to see is more more costumes. Of course, we all want to see more costumes, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you have a whole fucking mode based on it. You got to support that mode. More stuff in the, in the single player mode. Well, I guess it's not World Tour, but you know what I mean. The single player mode, shit. Have guest bosses and shit like that show up. They should just have stuff like that in there.
Something.
Shake that part up, right? You know, you could. You don't necessarily have to add everything to multiplayer, even though multiplayer is the base of Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
But add other things in the other areas that you got. You got all these knobs to play with, and you're only playing with one. They're only playing with the multiplayer Street Fighter. They can add, you're talking about the costumes. Well, the costumes, a lot of times you can get that shit from single player and things like that. Add some events for people to get these costumes. Go to single player, play that for a little bit, get these costumes, and then, come back, or, add some new cool broken moves that your little character can do. Since that's the mode where you could pretty much make as broken of a character as you want. Have them encounter people from previous Street Fighter games. Do all kinds of stuff. Like, they don't have to, that's a knob to play with, and then when they're ready to do all the multiplayer shit, throw all the shit on that knob and play with that knob for a little bit. They can go back and forth, but they choose not to.
Yeah. Right now, the problem is the choosing not to.
Yeah.
That's why, like, a lot of, like, there are some, like, pro players that I can't stand from, honestly, it's like some kind, like, sometimes personal standpoints. I'm not going to get into that. We don't have to get into my, like, fighting game pass. We don't have to talk about that. But, like, a lot of people have been, like, actively, like, just honestly just shitting on Street Fighter 6 for a long time anyway, because they only had 5 and stuff like that. Now they're a lot of their complaints are valid because Street Fighter 6 isn't doing shit, right? Like, if your first Street Fighter game was Street Fighter 5, right, you're very used to getting like a lot of shit as you're going, despite the fact whether you love or hate the game. That part doesn't matter. If you're coming from Street Fighter 5 for the first time, you are very used to getting content, right? Because that game was on life support for years. So they're doing everything they can to support it. This is some people's first experience at a Street Fighter that is not on life support. That, like, people, like, it was, like, renowned right away from day one, right?
Right.
So a lot of, like, younger people or people who started playing Street Fighter late are in this like weird limbo because Capcom won't do anything with the game, and now they get to be loud about not doing anything to the game, and they're sadly right. And the problem now is when they do things, it's not going to be enough.
No, it's never going to be enough.
We get Alex. People are going to play Alex for a week, and they're going to go right back because Alex. We might get like a little bit of balance here and there. They're going to play Alex for a week. He's going to be bad because it's fucking Alex, and then we'll just go back to not doing anything until Ingrid comes out. Ingrid comes out. They're going to say that Ingrid is the start of season 4, and if they don't do a super at that point, a lot of people are going to drop the game.
Right, but at the same time, they ain't got nothing to play. Other than they could try to go to City of Wolves. They'll probably quit and come back.
You know how Street Fighter people are. They'll just go back to 5. That's what they'll do. That's what they did when they hated. That's what they did when they hated 5. They just went back to 4, and then they forgot how bad 4 was. Sorry.
Yeah. 4. No, we're not going to get into that on this episode. We are complete agreeance about 4.
Yeah.
If you played through 4, hey, if you like 4, hey, it's good on you. Everybody has their favorite Street Fighter. That's the nicest way I could say it. Everybody has their favorite Street Fighter.
4 was the first game I played seriously.
Yeah.
Like, learn, like, frame data, learn how to, like, do one flame links, all that stuff. I would never go back to Street Fighter 4. That was my first real Street Fighter. I competed in Street Fighter 4. And 5, I guess, technically. But, you know, either way. Neither here nor there. But that was my Street Fighter rant. I've been holding on to that. I was talking to, funny enough, Proffitt, I was talking to somebody about this 2 weeks ago.
Oh, shit.
And I got heated because that person, who I will not name, was saying, oh, Street Fighter 6 doesn't need anything, we're fine. I was like, you fucking idiot. No.
No, they Street Fighter 6 needs, and it probably sounded like earlier I was kind of like defending their current stance. I was just looking at it at a different viewpoint, because it's real easy to like go in there and just completely shit on them, right?
Yeah, very easy.
But I was trying to take the other stance of looking at it like, hey, instead of is it more of a case of trying to get to the source of the problem, like, hey, is it more of a case that we're used to doing, hey, every season and, you know, gigantic shakeup, and then, you know, we wait for a whole season, and then next season, gigantic shakeup again, right?
Yeah.
Versus, hey, we're going to have consistent balance across this game, but we'll add things on top of it that will improve the game and also add more depth to the game, right? That's the way I would prefer to go. Like, add things that add more depth to the game versus, hey, I'm gonna put all the characters inside of a cup, shake the cup, switch around the balances, and there you go. That's the new season of balance. Mm-hmm. Your character might suck or you might be good. You don't know yet.
Also, I want to put out there that this person that I'm talking, I'm not even gonna call them a friend. Fuck you. I know you listen to the podcast, by the way. Fuck you.
Oh shit.
They play JP, by the way. So,
oh, of course. Oh,
yeah,
of course. Like,
yeah,
man, get out of here.
So I just want to state that I'm not gonna name your name, but you know who you are. You'll text me on Tuesday. I know you will. It's fine.
Oh, plays JP. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
bro.
That's why he's like, oh yeah, it's fine. The game's totally fine. Like, all right,
of course it's fine if you pick JP.
Yeah, it's fine to you. Yeah, you play JP. Yeah, of course. Of course, you think the game is in a great place right now. You've been playing a top 5 character for 4 years. Of course, you think the game is fine.
Pick a struggle character, man. Like, pick one of them and see if the game is fine.
It's also fucking. This is gonna be a shit on him moment, but he was also bitching about Honda fucking the first year, which is why I had such a hard stance on Honda that first year. Whenever people talk to me about him,
I play Geef. That's all.
Yeah, you play Geef.
I play Geef.
You're also not an idiot like he is.
I play Geef in the worst game to play Geef.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5, Geef is the worst game to play Zangief. Play any other character. Play Abigail. Don't play Zangief.
Trust me, no, he doesn't pick struggle characters. He doesn't. He's a piece of shit.
Well, yeah, playing JP. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. That almost made me upset. Again, I calm down now. I'm good.
But yeah, neither here nor there. That was my. We went longer than we thought we were gonna go on gaming because of my issues with Street Fighter.
It's fine. It's fine. It's our podcast. We can do what the fuck we want.
But I think it's time to move on to the wrestling.
We're gonna get a little bit of that pro wrestling in there.
Yes, we're gonna break the news down very quickly.
Yeah,
very quickly.
Yep.
You know what's funny? I had it open. Okay, here we go. I got it. All right. So first thing is AEW has been signing a lot of talent this week. A lot of like very young talent specifically, if we're gonna be honest.
I have some opinions about what they're doing and how they're doing it.
Mm-hmm. Let me go through the list of the young folks really quick that they signed in like the last month, or either signed or have confirmed that they are all elite or on dual contracts.
Yes.
All right. So I'm not gonna name who's on dual contracts specifically. Like if you know, you know. We have Jordan Oliver, Alec Price, Persephone, Mascara Dorada, Heian, Maya World, Tavik. I think that's how you say his name. Lena Cross, Zeta Steel, Lacey Lane, Jake Doyle. 3 of the 4 Rascals. And if you want to talk about it, we had Andrade return too.
Yeah.
So that's close to the amount of like all elite graphics that we've got last year. By the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Proffitt. What were your thoughts?
So some of those guys, like the last 2 they signed, right? This is me being kind of cynical, but I feel like Tony Khan is doing his thing now. He's signing these guys, and at the same time he's blocking TNA from them.
Yeah.
From a lot of them, like. He signed Persephone and Mascara Dorada.
The hottest of dual contracts.
Hey, they needed to be signed last year. Right? They needed to be signed immediately last year after Forbidden Door. Shit, before Forbidden Door when they showed up.
Yeah.
But, you know, the whole, hey, WWE is interested in him. He's like, you know what, I ain't even gonna fucking give them a chance. Sign these guys. TNA would have went for somebody like Alec and Jordan Oliver, because those are guys that usually, like, guys like that is what they usually go for. And I say usually in the past that they would go for, because that's how you got guys like, for one, the Rascals, right?
Yeah.
They were all kind of like, you know, the types of wrestlers like that.
You can argue AJ Styles and Samoa Joe from back in the day would have fit that billing.
Ace Austin.
Ace Austin was one for
Chris
sure.
Bay.
Chris Bay.
You know, it goes on, right? And since they were like kind of like top level young guys, they would have for sure tried to get them, right? So he kind of blocked it from that, and like all the other ones, they're all great players for, you know, the current AEW and maybe Ring of Honor, or, you know, all of them, right? There might be something else cooking though too, so we don't know. We're gonna see, but all good signings. And the Rascals getting signed. If that didn't tell you one thing or make a statement to you that they're firing all. Actually, this is like, was it like the 4th or the 5th set of TNA guys that they got?
Yeah. If you count people like Speedball and Josh Alexander and Jake Doyle, they've signed like a lot of people that have come from TNA. Like it's a lot of the people who you would assume would not care about WWE ties kind of went to AEW, except for Jake something. I was honestly this could be me being ignorant too, because like I know Jake something. I've seen him wrestle a lot. I thought Jake something was like a shoe in to go to WWE, right? Like he just fits the mold so perfectly there. Except he's like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, he just fits the mold of WWE so perfectly about, like, what they will want in, like, a superstar.
Well,
That's something.
aesthetically, yes.
Yeah.
Wrestling wise, no.
No. But you know how that is. You can fucking tone that shit down easily.
Yeah, they would want him to be like Batista. That's what they would want him to be like. But he wrestles, I don't know. like he's like Brian Cage that doesn't jump off the top rope.
Yeah.
He's grounded, but I don't know. I would say he's more physical. He actually can wrestle. He can professional wrestle. The guy can go. If you haven't seen, the guy can go already. He's Jake Something is really good.
See, you say that, but you saw what they're doing to Jordan Grace. You saw what they did to Stephanie Fakur.
Right.
You could tell. All you got to do is chop your moveset down by 80%. And you're set.
Yeah. Which the Jordan Grace one makes me sad, but whatever.
That's the company. That's what they do.
And they're gonna do the feud between her and Jade Cargill right now. They're actually doing it.
Jake's about to beat her like nerfed ass.
That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be I hope it's like a 20-minute banger, but they're gonna get 8 minutes. 8-minute title match.
The only time that they let bangers happen is for the US Open Challenge. Well, that happens. So,
but I think the guys that he just got are all really good.
Yeah,
they're all really good. Jake Doyle's fitting in like a glove, and
who would have known? You put him with another fucking bruiser like Mark Davis.
They look like brothers.
I thought when I first saw him, like, because Jake Something looked a little different on like AEW TV. It's like, who the fuck is this Doyle? And then like you wait a second, like, oh shit, that's Jake Something.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna talk about it when we get to Dynamite, but now they have a tag title shot.
Yep. They're kind of like what you said last week.
Yeah.
You said a little something about that last week, so
yeah. Put the rocket ship.
He immediately got that tag title shot.
Put the rocket ship. Do it. Like FCR, like I appreciate y'all. FCR, I fully understand what you have done for the tag team division. I fully understand that you have rebuilt this tag team division on your backs. I fully understand it. After that match with Bullet Club Gold, though, I'll need y'all off them titles for a little while again.
They'll redeem themselves in the other match.
Unless they do some fuck shit.
It's gonna be a physical ass match.
Yeah, Doyle and Davis probably won't. What they call this Davis and Doyle. Davis and Doyle probably won't even let them do some fuck shit in that match. They were like, "Hey, we want to do this." We're like, "No, Jake. We're just gonna pile drive you. We're gonna fucking clothesline you to oblivion. And if you win, you win. But y'all gonna leave with broken noses again." Minimum.
I actually just want to see the title match between them and the Gates of Agony. Doyle and Davis versus Gates of Agony.
With the way JR was talking about them last week when he was on Dynamite.
Yep.
And when you saw them in Arena Mexico this week.
Yep.
They're about to get that rocket strap also. That rocket ship's about to be strapped on their backs also.
Oh, yeah. Like, saying JR was like, hey, if I was the guy back there, if I was part of talent relations, I would have given these guys a really, really big contract already. Yep, that sealed the deal.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Khan's like, oh, shit, maybe I should.
He's like, that's a good idea, JR.
JR's just smiling, yep. He tipped the cowboy hat on the camera. Oh, man. Yeah, man, it was Maximum Carnage Dynamite was really good, by the way.
It was. I really enjoyed Dynamite this week. I enjoyed Collision too. Like, I'm not saying like Collision was bad, but I really did enjoy Dynamite this week.
Yeah, man. Like, just to get into it, Dynamite started out with a bang, dude. Well, a car crash, but yeah, it started out with a bang. Sure. And the car crash was Darby Allin versus Pac. Mm-hmm. And actually, before that, we had a promo with Samoa Joe saying he put a bounty on Hangman Adam Page's head, and who is there none other to collect than the bounty hunter Brian Keith.
Yeah.
looking like the bounty hunter again, doing his thing. Got out of that Jericho Appreciation Society bullshit, and is now back to being the bounty hunter.
That's why I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how long Jericho's fucking photo's been on the roster page. That motherfucker's gone. He's gone. Is he still here? As we record, yep, he's still right next to Cash, right next to Christian, still here. When is the Royal... Before we get into that, when is the Royal Rumble real quick? When is the... Shows you how much I watch WWE.
No, I don't remember.
January 31st.
Oh, okay, the end of the month.
So we got...
13 days.
Yeah, okay. He'll be off the roster page by the 30th. Anyway, back to your breakdown.
But man, so yeah, we had that with Brian Keith. Brian Keith, going back to his shit, telling people to pay up, all that stuff. Now we get into Darby Allin versus Pac. And man, this was the car crash. One of the car crashes of the night. Pac beat the shit out of Darby Allin this whole match, man.
Yes.
He did that thing where he threw him. He did the he powerbombed him into the steps. And it wasn't like on the top of the steps. Oh hell no! He threw him like he hit his back hit the middle of the steps, and he was all sprawled out and shit. And he bounced. So like it was a thud and a bounce. Darby Allin got ragdolled, man. And fuck, man, like I think that was partially some get back though, because the start of the match, Darby Allin did the fucking coffin drop, and he hit Pac, and Pac didn't fly over the guardrail, and he hit his hip. Like I think he wasn't expecting Darby Allin to do that shit that quick, but he did, and he hit him, and he was like, bam, he was like, oh fuck, and you saw him on the outside like trying to get up for a second. Might have got a little, the side might have got a little numb from that, but yeah. Mm-hmm. That power bomb was the get back. Or was it the belly? The belly.
Yeah, the belly.
Belly into the stairs, but yeah. And then Pac did this nasty, he did a slingshot, but it wasn't the normal slingshot where they hit the bottom rope. He kind of, Darby Allin's head went through all the ropes. It was almost like he was trying to decapitate Darby Allin. That shit looked nasty, man. But he got awesome bombed on the outside. Again, a giant thud. When he got awesome bombed on the outside platform, and man, like this, Darby Allin finally started getting the upper hand. Some Death Riders tried to come out. Didn't happen. Darby Allin did the what was it? He did the coffin drop on top of a chair on Pac's leg.
Yeah.
I feel like a legit hurt Pac. I don't know. Or Pac faked it really well. But that shit looked like it actually hurt. Because normally they just stomp on the bottom of the chair, right? Mm-hmm. He put his whole body on that shit, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a very strong opinion about this match personally, but I'll let you wrap up because you're almost done anyway.
But after he did that, he wrapped him Pac up with the Scorpion Deathlock. Pac taps out. Darby Allin gets out of the ring before the Death Riders kill him. Mm-hmm. But they were, in the ring for a minute and looking at Pac's ankle. So hopefully his ankle's all right. Think so, but
he was on a backstage segment in Collision, so I'm assuming that he's fine. Because
right.
For those who don't know, they taped Dynamite and Collision the same day this week, or last week, I mean. So it seems like he's fine because he's in the story that's going to be going on into the future. But yeah, how do I want to say this with tact? I am very sick of the way Darby Allin does matches now, personally. Like this is just my opinion, so if y'all don't like it, whatever. But Darby's car crash style, and I know that's his style. I know that we've had people who have done that. Darby's not the first person to ever do this. I fully understand that. I'm ready. I'm ready for Darby to not do this as much anymore. Like if Darby wants to be like if Darby doesn't want to do this for that long, I think that's fine, right? Like that's cool. Like I definitely feel like Darby will be here like maybe 5-10 more years, and then he's gonna go do his other aspirations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I kind of get sick of the car crash style, and then them being like, oh yeah, this is the last hurdle before he goes after the top title. It's like no, because it's not. It doesn't work. Like you ain't beating right now. You ain't beating MJF. You ain't beating Hangman. You ain't beating Swerve. Not beating Kenny.
Yep.
Right. So you're not even in that top 4. You're not beating Samoa Joe. You're not in that top 5 right now of people chasing the title.
Not even close. Like what you just named off was like a who's who, a ton of, well, mostly all former AEW World Champions. I think they're all former AEW.
All of them,
World
yeah.
Champions. Yeah, so they're guys that are still on the top. It's not like they're declining. He's not in the league.
All of them are actively going after the world title right now.
Yeah, all of them. In what I think, including Brody King too.
Yeah, Brody's going after the title. Bandito tried. We'll get to that a little bit later. Yeah, a lot of people are coming after that title, and right now it doesn't feel like Darby would be even in that that top 10 of people going after the title.
I think he needs like a secondary title run before that. Like he could do what, TNT, or he has to beat Okada to do that. It ain't happening.
Yeah, I don't see him being international either.
Oh hell no. Like maybe like TNT, he's not getting Continental. John Moxley would just murder him.
I mean, he's beaten Moxley now at this point too, and it feels like that is like over, right? I think with this win that Darby Allin got over Pac, I think Darby Allin and Death Riders is done now. Like, yeah. They've been at it for like over a year. Darby's going to new things wherever he's going next. We don't even know where he's going next technically. Pac and the Death Riders already have a story lined up, ready for them to go. So Darby and Death Riders is done for sure now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he goes after TNT title. Who knows?
Possibly. The main thing I know is he definitely should not be going after the world title. Not right now.
No, not right now. No.
I feel like he had his moment where he had the momentum, and I think that has passed. And even if he was able to get the world title at that time, I don't think he's like a world title guy personally.
No, he's the guy you always should see at the, what is it, like the TNT or, yeah, that's all I can see him as, like a TNT champion. I can't see him as a world champion. It just, his style does not fit as well. Like, oh, the style is unique. No, the problem with the style as a world champion is, can he ever wipe somebody out? Because that's like, your world champion, anybody that is like lesser competition to you, you should just completely fucking wipe out.
Yeah.
His style doesn't permit that. He would get his ass kicked for the first hour and then win because, as world champion. And he would have to drastically change his style to be able to like just beat people without taking a ton of damage.
Yeah. Like I don't want to see like a pay-per-view main event where it's like Darby defending the title and he's getting thrown around like he's getting thrown around, right? Like there's a difference between being an underdog and what Darby is doing.
Yeah.
There's a difference. Like underdog champions work very well because of the nature of the beast. They're not like being decapitated every week.
Right.
There's a balance and there's a difference.
The thing is, like, when they become champion, they don't get ragdolled. They're displayed more as a champion. Like, look at Rey Mysterio during his championship runs. Did he get ragdolled? No. Not at all. And if there was a lesser competition to him, he fucking destroyed them. There was no contest, right?
Right.
Bryan Danielson, or Daniel Bryan, whichever one. He's a whole different animal as a champion. Did he get ragdolled? No. Could he beat the hell out of somebody and just like, if somebody was lesser competition or like, if they needed like a 5-minute match or something? Yeah. He could annihilate somebody.
There were points where we were calling Danielson a bully.
Yeah.
On this podcast.
Yeah. He was flat out bullying people as world champion, or before he got world champion. So Darby Allin, no, I don't see it.
Yeah, not for me. I feel like yeah, this is not for me. Like it definitely wouldn't work for me. I feel like I said, like you already said, Darby would have to change his style, and that's not going to happen. So yeah, no, it's a no go for world title for me. I want to know what people think about this for sure. It's like are we tripping? Like what would make Darby a good world champion to you? Let us know.
Yeah, is it him staying the same, or would he have to modify his style to be like more, not so much taking a ton of damage before winning? Because that's what he does now. Even his whole TNT title run, he was doing that. And I think that's where the disconnect is. When he was TNT champion, it was car crash every match.
Yeah.
Like, he never just flat out beat the hell out of somebody. Never. During his TNT title run. He just got flung around and then eventually won. They got tired of flinging him around.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. If it mirrors that, I don't want it.
Same.
So, next up. So, we already started off with Pac and Darby Allin. Which is a hell of a way to start off a show. After that, we had Hangman versus Brian Keith. This was, it was a good showing from Brian Keith. He finally got in there. Finally got some singles action. And shit, against fucking Adam Page. We had the Cowboy versus the Bounty Hunter. And man, it was a good match. Like towards the end, Big Bill tried to get involved, and Swerve pops out of everywhere now. Swerve popped out and fucked up Big Bill. And then Hangman hits the buckshot lariat. He gets the win. Overall, though, like this was a pretty good match. Big Bill was like. He was trying to interrupt, but it wasn't going to work. It was never going to work.
No.
With Swerve hanging around. Swerve was somewhere in the arena. He saw that shit. He came down. Well, Swerve and Nana. After the match, Swerve had a microphone. Hangman had a microphone. Of course, Hangman called Brian Keith a dumbass for trying to collect his bounty now instead of a long time ago. And talk shit about Samoa Joe for not being man enough to meet him in the ring. And try to collect his own bounty himself. And then Swerve came in and he was like, "Hey, it's been a long time since I've been world champion." And MJF, I like how he was like, when he was going to say, he was like, hey, yeah, he was going to say that he was, he did say that he was going after the world title, but he didn't just mention himself during it. He was kind of saying, he was like, hey, we're going after the world title. You got two guys coming after you now that are pretty much willing to do anything. That was an interesting change in the way he was talking. Because, normally Swerve would just talk about himself. He wouldn't even, like, mention or, acknowledge that, like, Hangman was also going for the title, too. Mm-hmm. Kenny Omega comes out, and he was like, hey... pretty much, hey, when the people called me the wrestling god, he's like, I need to make them believe again. So, Kenny Omega was like, hey, I'm also in this world title mix, and all three of us are former world champions. Swerve was looking at Kenny Omega like, oh, you motherfucker. Hangman was like, hey, if we meet in the ring, hey, best of luck to you. But but it's pretty much like, hey, it's going to be a good match, but I'm going to beat you. Best of luck to you, though. Mm-hmm. Swerve, and he shook he shook Kenny Omega's hand, and Swerve was like, he stared down Kenny Omega and walked out of the ring, And of course, right after that, the Don Callis family comes out. Well, Don Callis specifically. And he was like, hey, you were talking about that you had to move up the ranks. Well, how about you go against the walking weapon, Josh Alexander? You didn't see my face when he said that. I was pretty giddy because I need this match to happen.
Josh is finally getting his dream match.
Josh Alexander versus Kenny Omega. Holy shit. So, that is going to be the match for next week on Dynamite. Josh Alexander versus Kenny Omega. Hot damn. I can't wait. But what did you think of the segment? The segment was longer than the match, actually.
Oh yeah,
the segment and the match.
I really enjoyed the match. Hangman and Brian Keith, like, I think they had like really good chemistry. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure they've wrestled before. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, even on like AEW TV they've wrestled before. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Short-ish, right? Not anything too crazy. For sure, we were just building up for everyone who's coming at MJF, right? That segment with Kenny and things like that. I think it was very interesting. Like, I thought it was really good. The thing that got me, and you mentioned it, was the dynamic between Hangman, Swerve, and Kenny, right? Because, you know, I don't have to go through the whole history, but Hangman and Omega have history. Hangman and Swerve have history. Mm-hmm. Swerve was acting like a little jealous bitch in the corner.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. Also, we've seen Swerve be a little bit more aggressive. You're gonna talk about that a little bit more because we see Swerve a couple times throughout these shows, and he's acting a little different. And we'll talk about that more as we go.
Yeah. So after this, the other thing I didn't mention now is something I really like, and it's different on the shows. When some of the, certain matches are bigger matches or, medium, it doesn't matter. Renee Paquette is out there now explaining the story of the match before the match happens. That is or true. As the match is about to happen and getting commentary like sports. Mm-hmm. I was like, that is a different dynamic. I actually kind of like it.
They took that from the Continental Classic and they're going to keep that. Like, it's I think it's a really good call, right? Because I think AEW fully understands that there are a lot of new eyes on them right now, right? And a lot of people are coming from places where people lie on AEW, talking about they don't have stories and this, that, and the third, and whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So having Renee out there, who is a familiar voice to a lot of people, explain the stories that are happening is very smart on AEW's part.
Yep. So after this, Brody King found out he was going to face Jonathan Cruz in a standby match. And we don't even have to say what was happening during that segment. We'll just know Brody King fucking annihilated this guy. The guy tried to throw his shoes at him. He wasn't even ready. Brody King just damn near committed murder on TV. How he beat the shit out of this guy.
Oh, yeah.
It was quick, violent, and effective. And after that, he was like, hey, Bandito, beat the shit out of MJF tonight. And he was like, it'll be an honor to step in the ring with the new AEW champion. And then we got a little, promo video of MJF and Bandito. Now, I think we got one of the matches of the night, the 4-way tag team match. Mm-hmm. We got the Don Callis families, Davis and Doyle, going against Jet Speed, the Bucks, and Gates of Agony. Man, this was like the perfect combination of like bruisers and fucking high flyers. Yeah, 4 bruisers and 4 high flyers. And man, shit just went off straight from the beginning, man. There's a lot that happened in this match. Ultimately, though, Davis and Doyle won, catapulting them to the tag team title match, because whoever won got a tag team title shot. I I was kind of surprised that I was actually surprised that Davis and Doyle won. I thought it was going to be jet speed, but we find out later why. Why that didn't happen. But it was a damn good match. Damn good match. Doyle was a fucking monster during this match. And so was Davis, man. It was just, I don't know what FTR is going to do with them guys. Those are some big boys. I wouldn't be surprised if Davis and Doyle go in, beat the hell out of FTR, and take that tag title. Because Big Stoke can't do nothing because Don Callis is right there. Like the manager, there's the manager cancel right there. So it's going to be on FTR to do everything that they can to take these guys out. I don't know. What did you think, man?
We talked about the four-way match a little bit, like earlier. We talked about Davis and Doyle winning. I'm still on the stance of I want Davis and Doyle to be tag team champs, like for sure, right? The match overall, fucking fantastic match. I definitely thought JSP was going to win also.
Yeah.
I think, like you already said, because of things that I guess they thought weren't going to happen, they ended up changing that up, right? I still want to see Jet Speed win the World Tag Championships, because I think at this point, they should get a run with them.
Right.
But we'll see where the rest of this plays out. And like I said, I'm going to say it again. Davis and Doyle should beat FTR. First time. Like, make it like a flash in the pan and let them go on a monster tear.
Yep. Because that's the thing AEW's been missing, though. Like, as far as tag teams go, and tag team title reigns, we haven't had a real monster tag team just, like, run through everybody. Well, actually, we did.
Syndicate, yeah.
The Hurt Syndicate. But besides them, it's, like, few and far between. So
AEW doesn't really, like, have, like, a lot of, like, of those, like, big bruiser types, right? Like, they, like, what? Doyle, something. I keep on doing that. Lashley, Doyle, realistic, maybe Luchasaurus if you count that. I don't personally. He's definitely bigger than a lot of the roster, but no, they don't really like have. I think AEW's best bruiser, unironically, is Megan Bayne.
Oh yeah, no, by far.
Yeah,
well, actually, Megan Bayne and Willow.
Megan Bayne and Willow. Yeah.
And then let's see, we got Mark Davis. Mark, you always forget about your boy Mark Davis.
I never forget about him. I'm talking about like big bruisers, like those big guys that are all muscled up, like the stereotypical wrestler type.
Well, you can't forget Lance Archer too.
Archer, yeah, he's never on like AEW TV as much anymore, but he's definitely one.
Yeah, well, it was him and Brian Cage, like the Murder Machines.
Yeah, and they didn't get the tag titles when they should have.
Well, and then Brian Cage is like out. I don't even know if he's back yet. I don't know if he's like recovered yet.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
But yeah, man. I think Don Callis cancels out Big Stoke though, and then we come out with new tag champs, Davis and Doyle,
as God intended,
as He designed.
Yes.
Let's see. We find out Skyflight. They're gonna have some problems during the weekend. Of course, Zeta Steel's going against Marina and Shafir. Hence the problem part. And then let's see, Dante Martin, Darius Martin, Scorpio Sky. They're going to go against Fletcher, Clone, and Josh Alexander. Well, they're going to get murdered by them, but yeah, they're going against those three. And then we had the triangle. We had the trios match, Triangle of Madness versus the Cosmic Babes of Wrath. Went pretty much the way I thought it was going to go. The Triangle of Madness won. They pulled it out. But it went about the way we would think it was. It was Tecla got the victory. She pinned the world champion because everything Tecla said was focused on the world champion anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we're setting up our next little feud. Actually, it's like two feuds in one, right? We got Tecla and Chris Statlander, and then we got the Babes of Wrath and the Sisters of Sin. That's they set up two things at once. So that's gonna hopefully it's it's hard to have a bad feud with Tecla because she has so much character. So this one's going to be like with Tecla and Statlander going at it. I feel like it should be good, but it's going to be mainly on Statlander this time to match the character of Tecla.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what do you think, man?
I'm kind of with you. Like, I think everyone kind of expected for this to be a way for Tecla to, like, earn her shot at the AEW Women's World Championship. Mm-hmm. As it was. As God intended.
As he designed and intended.
As he designed. The only two questions... I have a few questions. One of them is, I'm with you. Right now, Tecla is one of the most interesting women in the women's division. Right?
Right.
So, I would be hard-pressed... And I'd be hard-pressed not to take that title off of Stat. To be completely honest, right? And people are going to hate what I'm going to say. And this doesn't mean, what I'm about to say, does not mean that I hate Chris Statlander. And I want this to be said. I'm just making sure you hear me. I do not hate Chris Statlander. I actually very much enjoy Chris Statlander.
If you've heard the podcast, you would know that.
Yes.
We even coined the thing the Chris Statlander test. Come on, man.
Yes, the stat test. Let me tell you, as a world champion, she is boring. She stepped up. Her promos are a lot better. Her presentation to me is like, I don't know what it is that's not resonating with me with this Stat title reign. I don't. Maybe if I had to rationalize it to figure it out, it's hard to follow up Timeless Toni Storm personally, right?
Right.
And it's just, Chris Statlander is just a little bit more boring to me. I think her match is still great. I think she does great things. I think she's improved so much on the mic. She should be like the focal point more. But Lord have mercy. If to put the like wild wrestling fan in me to surprise, what the fuck would a Tecla world title run look like? And that is where I'm at right now. I want to see what it is. And that's one question. The second question is, do they run this feud until Revolution? I made a count, and I think my count is right. There are 14 shows between now and Revolution on March 15th.
Right.
Do they run this at Revolution, or do they run this during like a Dynamite or a Collision, or do they run this in Australia? Like, where does this match happen?
I don't know. Maybe Revolution, but that feels too long.
That feels too long. Because we got to start getting this card ready for the Australia show. Like, we know who's going to be there for sure. We know Toni Storm's going to be there in some capacity. We know Kyle Fletcher's going to be there in some capacity. Mm-hmm. Right? We might get our Buddy Matthews return here. Right? Who else is Australian on this show? We might get like a Davis. We might get the Davis and Doyle tag match here. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of things that we can do here, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, where are they going to do this? Because I don't have faith in AEW's booking to make this interesting up until Revolution. I just don't.
Like 14 shows is a lot.
It's a lot of shows.
7 weeks. Actually, 7 weeks.
7 weeks. That's a lot of shows.
That's a lot of shows, but it's also a lot of. Thing is, they're not going to put them on both shows.
No, I think this is a one in the title. Either we're getting this match one time, one and done, and whenever that match happens, that is the match, and they both move on to other things.
Right. I feel like there's going to be a lot of backstage.
Sadly,
because once you're in Tecla's site, you're on. It's like Megan Bain when you're feuding Megan Bain. It's on site.
Yep.
She doesn't care where you are. You're getting it. You're getting your ass kicked. So I feel like with Tecla, it's going to be the same way. But I don't know how many weeks they can just run that around, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
You could do a couple of weeks where Tecla is. You could do the old WCW format, right? I'm doing a feud with you, but before we actually get into that actual title fight, I'm going to start going through people to warm up to get ready for that fight. Mm-hmm. So I could see them doing like 2-3 weeks of that. Tecla just runs through people. Statlander runs through people, right? Because Toni Storm was doing that same thing. She was running through people towards the end of one of her title reigns.
This last one. This one.
Yeah.
Her recent one before she lost the stat.
Before she lost the stat. So they could do the same thing, right? They'll have them both on the show. They'll both have a encounter with each other, after matches or something like that. Maybe, Tecla gets one over on her, Stat gets one over on Tecla, so on and so forth. And maybe have just enough to lead up to Revolution. Or is it the next pay-per-view? Yeah. Because they can just separate it by the shows, right? Like, Stat wrestles on Dynamite, Tecla wrestles on Collision. Mm-hmm. And then they cross shows.
That could be something interesting if they decide to go that route to make it go to Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
That would have to be, like, kind of the way to do it, honestly. So, yeah, we just have to see where it is. I feel like if it's Revolution, we get a title change. If it's in Australia at Grand Slam, I think we don't get a title change.
Yeah. The thing about Chris Statlander's title reign is, again, I'm going to say it has to be based on matches. Her title reign is literally just based on how many good matches she can get during her title reign. It's not necessarily the character.
Yeah, and if we're being honest, she ain't wrestling enough for that to work.
Right. So they have to, like, increase the amount of matches that she does in order for it to work. And I think that's what's part of what's not resonating. The other part is her character, right? We don't know what the fuck her character is, to be honest.
Cosmic Killer.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
You want to know who looks like a cosmic killer? Megan Bayne.
Yeah.
She's literally murdering people in the ring. That fucking that running Liger bomb is so nasty. She does, man.
If there's one thing that, like, a lot of wrestlers don't really get right, it's their presentation, right?
Yes.
Like, a lot of presentation in professional wrestling is very important. That's kind of where, like, Stats, for me, that's kind of where Stats lost, right? Yep.
Well, if you look at it, at one point in time, Toni Storm had the same problem.
Yeah.
When she came out as the rocker girl, well, and stuff like that, everyone's like, okay, I kind of get it. But it wasn't like her presentation was great. Her presentation went off the charts when she started doing Timeless. And like, a little bit later in her Timeless run, right? In the beginning, no one knew what it was. But once she started with the presentation, and then she hit that promo stride where she actually got into character, that's when Timeless took off. But the thing is, she had a character, right? And people liked the character. They resonated with the character. Chris Statlander, the thing is, like, I don't want to say there's nothing to resonate with. It's just hard to resonate with that character. She hasn't made a character. Here's the weird thing to say. She hasn't made a character out of herself. Yeah. If you know what I mean.
Funny enough, if she was the alien from a few years ago, it would probably... I think people would either, like, love it or hate it. There would be, like, no in-between, right?
Right.
But, to your point, the problem with AEW, and this is a very good problem to have, right? Mm-hmm. Top to bottom, the roster has ridiculous wrestlers, right?
Right.
Damn near everyone on that roster can wrestle their asses off. You need a 20-minute banger, you can go to the bottom part of the roster and you'll be able to get somebody.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
On the flip side of that, because everyone's so good at wrestling, just being a good wrestler isn't a standout in AEW.
Right.
You kind of have to be, to your point exactly, you have to be like the full package, right? Yeah. You have to have the character, you have to have the charisma, you have to have the in-ring, you have to have all this together. And Stat doesn't have all of that yet.
Right. She has the wrestling. She's trying to get the character, right? Mm-hmm. She doesn't quite have it.
Not yet.
Meanwhile, like, the person next to her, Willow, is pretty much complete package.
Literally the total package.
Right. And the funny thing is, Harley Cameron has one part but not the other.
I think that's why they put them all three together again, right? Because Willow, like you said, Willow is that dynamic. Willow has, I guess we'll just, you know what, for the sake of making it easy, we'll just call it the it factor. That's not what the it factor is, but for the sake of this conversation, Willow has it, right? Stat has part of it. Harley has part of it. You put them all together, it works a little bit better, right?
Right.
The problem is when you have to have Chris or Harley stand on their own.
Right. So that's a situation where you need a mouthpiece.
Which Willow could be, funny enough.
Funny enough, yeah, she could be. Right? Or, well, actually, when Chris Statlander had Big Stoke, that shit worked out great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, like, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. If you feel the same way that we feel about, you know, Chris Statler's title reign, what do you feel about her character and things like that? I know that's something we don't talk about a whole lot on the channel,
Yeah.
or when we go through these, but you know, we're going through the fine details here. This is a fine detail, right? And especially in this case, when you have somebody that can do both, like Tecla can wrestle, and she's got a character. And goddamn, does that character, that shit pops out, right?
I didn't know she could talk as well as she could until AEW. Yeah. 'Cause I've watched Tecla before. Like, I've watched Stardom. This, for me, I don't watch Stardom as much as I want to. This, for me, came out of left field. I was like, this woman is a talker. She has it. She has it.
She has the thing. You're looking for it. It's right there.
It's right there.
Right? And it she has, it's like the complete package. So like in a case where Statlander is your champion, and then you're going against Tecla, who has the complete package, right? It points out some things about the champion. Points out some, I won't say flaws. It just points out what's missing.
Also, if we're gonna do the thing, right now, Stat is at 119 days as champion. And I don't want to do this, but usually first-time world champions don't really be going past 140 days.
Oh, shit. Oh.
If you want to go from last year, Swerve was world champion first time, 128 days. Hangman's first title reign was 197 days, but he was definitely, like, backburned. He was a backburner that whole time. Like, he was not the focus. His second reign, 133 days. Stat's coming up to that quote-unquote babyface wall that AEW likes to have when it comes to their world champions. So, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yep. Hey, you never know. Athena could just come out and take the world championship.
Also someone who has it. So,
it's probably good that she doesn't go against Athena, because that would point out a lot. Like, even more. It'd be even more egregious than it is now.
Yeah, especially considering people have been begging for Athena to be on AEW TV for 2.5 years now at this point. Consistently for 2.5 years.
Yep. But, that's going to be, that's an interesting thing. But let's get to the next set of things. So, we got Hangman and Jet Speed. They challenged the Ops for the World Trios titles. Probably when we first saw it, we all probably thought it was random until we saw the Hobbs is out report. And everything made sense.
Yep.
And for the final match, we had the AEW World Championship match between MJF and Bandito. And let's see, it wasn't a bad match at all. What were you know what? I'm more interested. What were your thoughts about the match?
Oh man.
Nah, I'm putting your ass on the spot right now.
All right. So to make this not a big spiel, this title match for me was really important because I need to see where MJF's head was going to be at when it comes to this world title reign. Was it going to be like the first one? Because the first one, again, this might be an unpopular opinion, wasn't really that great. Like, we had some highs, right? The Danielson feud, Better Than You, Baby, the first half before Adam Cole got hurt. Right? We had some highs in there for sure. And I'm not going to lie and say it was all bad. He had a lot of bad, though. 4 Pillars, Jay White. We had the Kenny match, which was great. Like, we had a lot of things, right? The thing about MJF matches, and the thing that bothers me about MJF matches, is sometimes they can feel like overproduced. That's kind of where I am with FTR currently, but it's a whole other topic for a whole other day. This title match meant, like, I had to figure it out, right? Like, I want to see where MJF's head was at for this. Was he gonna try to take away the Dynamite Diamond Ring from Bandito? Was he gonna, like, try to cheat? Was he gonna, like, down, like, Mexican culture and stuff like that? He didn't do any of that. Like, he came in here, he wrestled, he was a heel. He had to work to get the crowd to boo him, but that's just, at this point, that's just the life of MJF now.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this match. And this match gave me high hope for this title reign early. Because I don't expect it to go as long as the first one did. Like, not by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
But if this is the MJF we're going to get, also he defended it again at an indie show yesterday.
Right.
So if we're going to get the MJF that is going to wrestle, still be the heel, still find a way to do it, but not overproduce and overdo matches, I'm in for the title reign.
Yeah.
And also, this match was fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was. Which is why I'm gonna defer to you this time for this match. I wanted to hear your thoughts. About this match, because I was like, you know what, it's gonna be an interesting one for Lionel. He might be a little conflicted when we get to this part.
The one thing about me, I will be conflicted on this podcast, but if something resonates with me, I am going to be very honest about it. I'm not going to be like fucking some of these other podcast bitches, right? Just because I don't like MJF does not mean I'm going to downplay how good this match was. I refuse to be that kind of person. Yeah.
Well, it's like we said a long time ago. You don't have to like MJF, but you got to acknowledge the dude can fucking wrestle.
The motherfucker can wrestle.
The motherfucker can wrestle, dude. Like,
my problem with MJF has always been him talking too much. That's been my problem with him forever.
Yeah, it's never been his wrestling, because when he needs to, not even when he needs to, but when he's in a match where they're like, hey, you gotta wrestle, he's like, all right, I'll show you why I'm the shit. And he goes in there and fucking knocks it out. He's like, well, you need a fucking hour? All right, I'll go an hour with Bryan Danielson. Like, you need me to carry CM Punk? Yeah, I got that too.
You want me to go 59 with Will Ospreay? Done.
Make sure I have an oxygen mask at the end, but yeah, done.
We want a main event of the biggest wrestling show of all time. Done.
Yeah.
Man can wrestle.
Dude can wrestle. And the thing that speaks volumes though is when he, while world champion, goes to an indie show. And not just one, I think he went to like 2 indie shows.
He's been talking about, and this is a rumor, so I don't know how true this is. Apparently he wants to defend this title also at like indie shows, like more consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he wrestled Alex Price, which I still need to watch that match. By the way, Proffitt, if you don't know, that match and that whole show is on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's YouTube for free on their channel, so you can support them if you want to watch that. The match, if you watch the whole show, the match was pretty early on.
Mm-hmm.
So, from what I've heard, it was a fantastic match. I need to sit down and actually watch it. It might be worth the time.
Yeah. So, him going out to indie shows, wrestling as the AEW World Champion, kind of speaks volumes about like this title run. Yeah. What he's doing with this title run, right? Because I don't think he did it as much, or he didn't do it at all. His first championship run.
The first championship, he was barely wrestling, honestly.
Yeah. So him going out and like going, yo, fuck this, I'm gonna defend it at the Indies. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go there. Yeah, that's a different feel.
So it's gonna be interesting. Let me really quick while we're right here. Let me find this title reign for him and see where we're at.
Oh yeah, like so. There's one match you should watch on Dynamite. That's for sure. Bandito versus MJF is like the one, because at the end, he locked in that LaBelle lock. He locked in the Danielson move, and Bandito got knocked out. He passed out from the pain, and Bryce rung the bell. MJF retained. but the match was damn good.
Lord have mercy. I'm looking through his reign, that first reign.
Yeah.
I was being very nice about some of these lows.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest. Yeah, this wasn't for having the title for as long as he did. And granted, I know we have to add like the Better Than You Bebe stuff in there, right? Because there were sometimes he was doing 2-a-days, right?
Yep.
But yeah, this title reign was. I mean, Young Takeshita was dope. I forgot about that match with Tanahashi, the one that everyone's like, "Oh my God, Tanahashi's knees." But yeah, he's already off to a better start now than previously. So it's going to be interesting to see if he keeps this up and if he really does keep on doing these indies and if he really does wrestle more. We'll see. We'll see. But right now, that Bandito match, like we talked about, was just top notch.
Yeah. And like I said, you're wrestling Bandito, goddammit. You better show your ass during this match. You better do everything. You're wrestling fucking Bandito.
I forgot who said it, but someone said like MJF really likes it. You can tell that MJF enjoys being like a base for a luchador. Like you can kind of see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like remember those matches he had with Mystico?
Yeah.
In Arena Mexico, like fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's there.
Mm-hmm. But with that, I'm gonna hand it off to you for Collision, man.
Man, and we're gonna run through this, but this was a show. We had a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
First, we will talk about a second return, his first match in AEW since, I guess, being All Elite technically for the third time. Technically, I guess. We had Andrade El Idolo versus Angelico. And let me tell you, Angelico got, like, no offense in here. There was a couple times where Andrade would hit a move, and then he would pin him, and then he would pull his head up, trying to get that heel heat. It was a really good match overall. Angelico definitely could have got a little bit of something here, but it was really good. And this was just, again, like a quote-unquote first showing in AEW for Andrade being back. Any thoughts on this match?
I'll say Andrade looked pretty crisp during this match, man.
You didn't watch him in the Tokyo Dome, huh? You didn't watch Wrestle Kingdom yet?
No, I haven't watched Wrestle Kingdom yet.
Bro, watch that tag match. Andrade ain't lost a step.
Nope. Actually, to be honest, I think he looks better. It looks better than he did before.
It feels like he's free.
Yeah. There's no like, well, if something happens here, I can't go there and shit. He's kind of wrestling like, fuck it, I'm here. Let's do this shit.
Yep. Next up, we met the Rascals. We talked about the Rascals a little bit earlier today. By the way, they were for those that didn't watch Collision, they were hotboxing. They came out to do their interview. A bunch of smoke came out of the room that they were in. Hilarious. Mm-hmm. We got our introduction to Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz, and Myron Reed. So they also called out like, hey, this is where the best of the best are. This is where you are elite. So bring your best tags, bring your best trios. We are here for it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see when they're gonna have their first match. We have an idea on when it might be, but we'll see. Proffitt, you've seen the Rascals before. You used to watch TNA, but what were your thoughts on them hotboxing coming out of the of their locker room?
I thought it was great, and then I noticed Trey Miguel wasn't there.
Yep. The biggest talking point was Trey Miguel not being there.
But it doesn't matter. The rest of the Rascals are equally as good. Some are better, right? Like Desmond Xavier, formerly known as Wes Lee. Watch out for that guy. He is so damn good. Mm-hmm. Zachary Wentz is pretty good. I always forget the name of the last guy. Myron Reed. Myron Reed's pretty good. They're all good. So it is a good addition. And kind of a fuck you to TNA, by the way.
I mean,
right before their first
fuck you to TNA, honestly.
There was a lot of them. Man, we didn't even talk. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about it after this. But still. And then we find out that Trey Miguel was originally going to wrestle on Dynamite
or Collision.
At some point?
Like earlier, apparently.
Yeah. So We find out why that didn't happen, but
It's definitely a weird situation. Trey Miguel isn't really saying anything. He's saying like just don't hit him up. He had the stuff on Twitter for being all elite, and then he deleted all of it. So I don't think we're ever gonna really know what happened. As long as it's not anything like crazy and like people aren't hurt, it is what it is.
I hope it's not a fucking another Andrade type situation again.
See, it would be hard for that because I don't think TNA could do that. Like I don't think TNA could lock them down, lock up, because at least for Trey Miguel, I don't think he can get locked down for very long.
Right.
Who knows? I don't think we're ever going to actually know what really is happening. I guess we'll find out if and whenever Trey Miguel wrestles again.
Yeah, it better not be next week on TNA.
It might be. We don't know. Like we won't know until we see him on TV.
Right. Because that would be like, oh, so because they got the AMC thing, you're back over there now? Come on, man. No. Come on, man. You downgraded yourself to go there?
Oh, no.
All right.
I mean, we'll see. Like right now, it seems like it might be like a personal matter, so we'll wait to see what happens.
Yeah, because it could be something mental health wise, and as we know, mental health is a motherfucker,
especially nowadays.
So, hey, if you're having some things, issues with mental health and things like that, get yourself checked out. Get help. Just do that, and get yourself right before you lock yourself into something.
Exactly. Next up, we had a much anticipated tag match. We had Eddie Kingston and Ortiz versus the Grizzled Young Vets. I'm not going to talk about the match too much, to be honest. The interesting thing happened near the end, where Ortiz used a weapon to help him and Eddie Kingston win against the Grizzled Young Vets. He used that sock filled with like something. I forget what he fills it with, but he hit one of the members of Grizzled Young Vets, knocked him out. Eddie Kingston got the pin for the win. Eddie Kingston didn't look like he knew what happened, but we will see. But overall, I think it was like an okay match. I don't think it was anything crazy. Like it's definitely Ortiz's first match back. You can kind of tell, and you can tell the Grizzled Young Vets were kind of like slowing down a little bit for both Eddie and Ortiz.
Yeah.
But I feel like the match is like okay. What were your thoughts, Proffitt?
I feel about the same. I feel the match was okay. Grizzled Young Vets, because if you've seen them on Ring of Honor, they're a different animal over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they for sure slowed down for Ortiz and Eddie Kingston during this match. Mm-hmm. Which means that Eddie Kingston's still not back to speed yet, and Ortiz hasn't wrestled in like 2 years, so there's that too. So it wasn't too bad of a match.
Next up, we had a backstage segment with Cosmic Babes of Wrath. Basically, this was just Statlander talking about how she's ready for Tecla. That's all that really was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. We talked about that earlier. This promo kind of just re-cemented what I was talking about earlier.
Right.
I think she's improved, but I was on that promo. This is what it is.
Well, the one thing I didn't mention was when you stack it up to like you said earlier, Timeless Tony Storm, but shit, even Mercedes.
Yeah.
Mercedes has a complete package too. Shit, her TBS title run is equal to a world championship run.
Damn right it is. That's why it's such a big deal when she got beat.
Right. So, when you have that power to, that level of power to do that, talking to Mike, do all the stuff like that. She, because of course Mercedes has all that, has a complete package too. And you stand at that point, the TBS champion next to the world champion, and then you look at him and you're like, well, the TBS champion looks more like the world champion because she has the complete package and everything else like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just, more things like that.
Yeah, bro, I agree. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Like, she's still young, right? It's not like she's like 85 and this is her last chance doing this. Like,
oh no, Stat's young.
Yeah, I fully believe that, I fully believe that one, I am in in the minority of my thought about Chris Statlander for sure. And 2, she's gonna improve leaps and bounds by the end of the year for sure.
Oh yeah, no, but that's the thing. She's going to improve. She's young. She's going to improve.
Yeah, honestly, she already has. If we're gonna be honest.
Yeah, she already has. But there's going to be a point where something clicks, and then that character finally gets turned to 11.
Yep.
And then she has that character of herself. She ain't quite there yet. She's at like 5 because she's kind of hesitant to go to 10. Mm-hmm. Once she goes to 10, it has the character there. She's golden.
She'll be a monster.
Yeah.
Speaking of monsters, we had FTR and Stoke come out and talk about their future challengers, Davis and Doyle. The crowd was definitely having fun with FTR here. FTR was also, you could tell FTR was also having fun doing what they're doing right now. The one thing that was great about this was they ran down Davis and Doyle in a very good way. Dax was talking about, hey, flash in the pan. What, they win one match and you guys think you have the luxury of calling your shot? No. You don't get to choose when you face the greatest tag team of all time. We do. So this should be interesting to see where they go with this. We got no Davis and Doyle here either. They just FTR on the stage kind of talking to everybody. It was pretty interesting. What did you think about the promo segment?
Well, I thought it was pretty interesting. The one thing about FTR, and we talk about people leveling up their characters and stuff like that. The second they turned heel, they like leveled up to. They turned the dial, and it was at like 2, and it's like, all right, it's like 20 now.
Yeah, they broke it.
They broke the fucking dial and kept going. They are ridiculous. Like the character work. I keep saying character work this episode, but their character work is a lot better, way better as a heel. As heels, and once they found out how to annoy the fuck out of people, that's when they got it. And then when they got Big Stoke, that whole combination is when they turn that corner, and they're just way better as they were than they were when they first got in, right? Mm-hmm. Especially Dax. When Dax started doing the Karen stuff, yeah, it was over.
Yeah. It's so simple, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's so damn good.
Here, let me ask you a question. In fact, I'm actually going to keep talking. And while I'm talking, I'm going to ask you another question. No, but I'm going to keep talking. Like, just, I hate Dax in all the best ways.
He's just going to fucking disrespect you the whole time.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Marina Shafir take on Zeta Steel. For those who don't know, Zeta Steel is part of Skyflight currently. Layla Gray is out hurt, so Zeta Steel is wrestling. She did pretty well against Marina, honestly. And we're at the point now where Marina she's in here wrestling these new women.
Right.
She went from no one wanting to wrestle her at all to being on TV every week wrestling. It's great to see. We also did get that Zeta Steel was all elite after this match happened. So congratulations, that's another signing. I don't think I mentioned her before. If I didn't, she definitely was on that list of young signees that they have done over like the last 2 weeks. And then yeah, that was it. Proffitt, you have any thoughts on this match?
No, actually, it's great to see. It's great to see that, one, the new signing, but two, Marina Shafir going from only really wrestling from indies, and well, she was leveling up her wrestling in the indies, and she was literally on Ring of Honor damn near every other week, like wrestling. Like if you look at Ring of Honor in the past year, there was 1 month that she was on every show.
Yep.
Well, more than 1 month. There was a few months that she was on every show. And then she was also wrestling at Indy, and then she was also going to Bloodsport, and then she was, just leveling up. And I think that Moxley instilled that into her. He's like, Why not? You could go anywhere you want and wrestle. Fucking do it and level up. And now, we're getting more of the finished product on TV, which is how it's supposed to go. But, yeah, we're getting more of a lot more of the finished product of Marina. The only thing, I only have one gripe.
Uh-huh.
Her finishing move, the mother's milk. I think that's probably everybody's, hang up. I don't mind it.
Okay.
But at the same time, because it's actually a legit submission, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some legit moves just in pro wrestling just look weird. That's one of them. I'm not against it because I know it's the thing she's basing it off of is actually a real fucking choke. It's a legit choke. But for pro wrestling and TV, it just looks like you're hugging them on the ground and then they pass out from your lethal hug. That's it. That's all I got.
No, I can see you there. It definitely is. It's definitely anticlimactic whenever she puts it on, right? Because
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we know, like you said, it's a legit choke, yeah, but that always doesn't work in wrestling.
Right. It's not like when somebody does when Joe does the Kakina clutch or whatever and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a choke, but I can see everything going on. And shit, it doesn't look like you're going to get out. He's not hugging him. He's choking the life out of that person. Mm-hmm. Right? So for people on the outside that don't know it's a choke, that her move is an actual legit choke, it just looks like she's hugging them. And then they pass out.
Yeah. Every time.
The old way she used to do it, where she used to have them on her knee, and she had their arm over their throat, and she was choking them that way, that was actually better than the way she does it now.
The way she does it now probably just easier to set up, right? Because it's just a reverse rear naked choke. That's all it is now. So,
yeah.
It's probably just easier to just clamp on and you're done.
Yeah, yeah. And plus, you don't have to worry about somebody that's 300 pounds on your knee.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, interesting. I agree with you though. I definitely think we should definitely see something else from Marina. But I think we'll see that as we go.
I think she can just boot people and it'd be fine.
Oh, that kick that she does?
Yeah, she can just do that and finish people with that, and it would be fine.
Yeah. That'd be pretty great. That strike, that forward lunge kick that she does, that front kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw him in the ropes, fucking do that front kick, knocks him out.
We'll see. That's interesting. What else is interesting is what happened next. Mm-hmm. John Moxley was on commentary, by the way, for the Marina match. Don Callis comes out because we're gonna get the Don Callis family, Kyle Fletcher, Josh Alexander, and El Clone versus Skyflight, Scorpio, Dante, Darius. Before the match starts, Moxley and Don Callis are kind of jawing at each other on commentary, kind of going back and forth to the point where it looked like the rest of the inside were I don't know what's going on, and the camera's just on commentary while they're arguing. And Don Callis gets up, walks away. Moxley gets up heated, and that leads to Lance Archer and Rocky Romero jumping John Moxley. And pandemonium breaks out because all the Death Riders and every available Don Callis family member that was at the show came out and they started brawling before Skyflight even came out. Skyflight comes out. They all jump on the entire pile of people fighting. The match starts. And as you would expect, great match, but we knew the Don Callis family was going to win this match. This was also Kyle Fletcher's return match, too. We knew that was going to happen. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Right.
Josh Alexander did get the win, though, with the C4 spike, with that new C4 spike that he's doing. Very, very interesting. Also, what happened after the match was Takeshita came out. And like I said, I didn't talk about every single part about what Don Callis and John Moxley were arguing about. We can talk about that because it was a very interesting thing. But Takeshita comes out. Takeshita also ignores every other member of the Don Callis family except for Kyle Fletcher, goes to give him a hug, and that is what ends both segments and the match. Proffitt, what were your thoughts?
We're getting Don Callis family versus the Death Riders.
Oh, yeah.
That is my thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my very happy thoughts that we're getting these two guys colliding, or these two teams colliding. So there's good stuff all around that's going to happen. I can't wait.
I'm interested to see where this goes because we got like a really babyface promo from the Death Riders a little bit later too, which is going to be interesting. But we're going to move on. We're going to talk about well, we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to go through these two really quick. Roderick Strong still doesn't want to be a part of the conglomeration, despite the fact that both Mark Briscoe and Orange Cassidy are like, bro, just join us already. That's all that was. Also, this was prepping for Roddy to face Claudio for the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship. People keep on calling it the top prize of CMLL. It's not, but that doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there. And then after this, we got like a little thing from MJF talking about how he went to wrestle Alex Price and he wants to be considered as like one of the greatest, a greater legacy than like people like Harley Race, Ric Flair, and all that kind of stuff. So he wants to be the greatest champion ever. I guess he's gonna revive the territories or something. I don't know. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on these two matches or these two segments?
Thought they were fine, man. I think, actually, no. I think they were good. I don't have anything to add to it.
Yeah, they're pretty easy, honestly.
Yeah.
Next up, we have a returning Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne against Danielle Camella and Viva Van. Very quick match. Marina also came out to support Megan and I guess Penelope. Very interesting. We'll see what happens with that. Obviously, Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford didn't win this match. After the fact, we had Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa come out, and we're talking about characters. Both of them are talking about they're not done with Marina, Megan Bayne, or Marina Shafir. So this is gonna be interesting. I think we're getting the Timeless Love Bombs versus Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford this Wednesday on Dynamite. So it should be interesting. Any thoughts on this one, Proffitt?
The thing Tony Storm said. The difference between me and God is God doesn't wear lipstick. Mm-hmm. That is like one of the hardest lines of the year.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna stay up there too. That line was great.
Yeah, that line was great. But yeah, those two, those all of them feuding is fantastic. I can't wait to see it. Megan Bayne killed everybody by design. It should happen. Unfortunately, Viva Vaughn was one of them. I got beat up.
Yeah.
But, which, what are you doing, Tony? That should be one of your signings, too, in my opinion.
I think we can get that sometime this year. For sure.
Yeah. Like, we should, 100% have Viva Vaughn in either AEW or just regular on Ring of Honor. Because she's always putting in the work. She's everywhere.
She's been doing it for years, too.
Yeah.
Next up, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, all you.
So I think that feud... Here's the messed up part. I think that feud has a chance to take away from the Tecla Chris Statlander feud. Just with the amount of it can, depending on how much time they give it and all that stuff. So we'll see.
You know what? That's actually a really good point. Because AEW definitely they are not good at doing multiple women's feuds.
Yeah.
We'll see where that goes. It's going to be an interesting thing to talk about, Proffitt, as we're going on throughout the weeks.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a note to remember that.
Because, that feud right there, like, Timeless Love Bombs versus, and Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. Because obviously that's going to lead to a tag title match for one of them. All of them have great characters. All of them can wrestle. There's no question all of them can wrestle. So this should be a great feud. And it like I said, because of all the players in stake, it has a chance to take away from Stat and Tecla.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that and how that goes, because it's most likely going to be a thing where this tag match is going to feel more important than the world title, sadly. But that's going to be on Tecla and Chris Statlander to figure that out, honestly. Next up after this. Swerve was backstage. He got asked about Kenny Omega. He got offended about being asked about Kenny Omega. But realistically, someone requested his time, and it was Kevin Knight. And Kevin Knight basically was like, hey, I'm tired of people calling me the future. I'm here to show you the futures now. So how about I beat your ass like I beat Okada and Darby Allin? And Swerve was like, hey, do something of relevance first. And go win the trios titles, then we'll talk. I mean, we'll talk also, but he definitely did that. You have any thoughts on this segment?
No, I you know what? Swerve directed him to where he needed to direct that anger to. Getting them damn trios titles.
And it works.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we had a AEW National Championship #1 contender match between Anthony Bowens and Jack Perry. They ended up having like a lot of fun out there. Like you could tell they were like, "Hey, y'all got like 10 minutes. Y'all just go out there, do what you're gonna do." We had like a lot of fun spots in here. It was a really fun match overall. We did find out that Jungle Jack Perry is going to be the #1 contender for the AEW National Championship, though. So it should be interesting to see where this goes. Profit, do you have any thoughts on this match?
No, not really. Jack Perry going for that title though. It's going to be interesting. We'll see. We'll see what goes on.
Yeah, I think we're going to be getting that title match pretty soon, I believe. So we'll see where that goes. I don't think Ricochet's losing that title anytime soon, though.
No, not at all.
Right after this, we got Jon Moxley and the Death Riders. Danny Garcia pulled out one of the most passionate promos I think I've ever seen him talk about. Talk about how like Death Riders are his family, and Don Callis' family aren't even family. They're just whatever they are. Pac was talking a lot of shit. He got bleeped a couple times. That's how you know. If you ever want to know if AEW is not live, listen for the bleeps. Jon Moxley was talking also, and like you said, Prophet, we are gonna be getting the Don Callis family versus the Death Riders, and it should be very interesting to see where this goes. Any thoughts on this one, Prophet?
No, not. It's it's just a setup, so we're getting there. Well, before all chaos happens, because that's what's going to happen in the next few weeks between Don Callis and the Death Riders.
Yeah, it's chaos. Next up, our main event for the AEW World Trios Championships, we had Team Double Duty, Hangman, Adam Page, and Jack Speed versus the Ops, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuyori Shibata. I'm not going to talk about this match too much either. Overall, like a very good trios match. And we did get new trios champions in Team Double Duty, Hangman and Jet Speed. So
is that what they're calling them now?
No, I'm calling them Team Double Duty because they both wrestled. All three of them wrestled twice that night.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And Jet Speed had like a hard ass tag match. Like that tag match was like, not an easy one, not one that was like light.
No, not at all.
But yeah, that happened. We had new trios champions, and then Swerve, of course, came out on the ramp. He was clapping for Kevin Knight specifically, and the match was made official that we're going to get Swerve and Kevin Knight on Wednesday. Prophet, what are your thoughts on the main event?
Oh, the main event was good. Hobbs went out the way he should. He took the pin. He didn't get they didn't make him look bad or anything like that. They made him look like $1 million going out. And yeah, we got new trios champions. I don't know how long it's going to last, though, because I kind of feel like it was supposed to be for a different team. So it might be placeholder for a different team. Because I don't see him holding it for very long.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's going to be, pretty short. This also is, low-key just kind of, a good way to, reestablish Jet Speed, because in that tag match, they were the ones who got pinned also. And every time they go after those tag team titles, they lose, and they got something at least. But yeah, they're definitely transitional. Probably by sometime in February, we'll see, even early March, we'll see those titles change hands.
Yeah, or at the pay-per-view. Probably till the pay-per-view.
Potentially.
Depending on who they're going to go against.
But man, that's it. That's Dynamite Collision.
Dynamite Collision, an episode of the Command Grab also. Man, we did a lot today.
Yes, we did. Do you have any final thoughts, anything else like that before we wrap this one up?
So my final thought of AEW was we had a good ass week of wrestling.
We did. Fantastic week in AEW.
Fantastic week in AEW. You guys know where I'm going with this, right? We had a fantastic week in AEW. We ate good.
Yes, we
over
did.
Here in AEW.
Yes, we did.
You know who didn't eat good? I waited until the last part of the episode to say TNA ate shit.
Yeah, it wasn't a good first episode on AMC.
Oh no, that episode was worse than any of the Bischoff era shit, the Bischoff Hogan era stuff. You know how bad you got to be that bad?
Oh yeah.
They were doing stuff from there was stuff they were doing, and I was like, whoa, hold on, is this Bischoff Hogan era stuff again? Like you have got people like Perez Hilton coming out and shit like that. Really, Perez Hilton? I don't know, man. I don't know where the fuck they're going, but it was bad. It was a terrible episode. That world title match, Kazarian and Santana, was not good. It was not good. As much as they bigged themselves this past couple of weeks, talking about AEW holding them back and stuff like that, and then you see that match that they put on, which was complete shit in a botch fest. Yeah, you might need to keep your mouth shut next time. When like a regular match on Dynamite is better than your whole show. Like, that show was awful, and it was following a WWE format too. Unfortunately, like I would probably say the best match on the show wasn't any of them that they hyped up. It was probably the JDC versus who was the other member of his group? Eddie Edwards.
You know more than I do, to be completely honest.
It was JDC versus Eddie Edwards. It was probably like the best match on there. That was probably it. Every other thing on that show was complete fucking garbage. Those two couldn't save it. And JDC is, you know, you guys don't know who JDC is. If you're a WWE watcher, it's Fandango. He retired. That was his retirement match. So yeah, the rest of that show, ugh. You say you're number 2? Yikes. You didn't eat good this week. Hopefully you do better next week. But you know who would have knocked it out of the park if you were still booking there? If it was that Scott D'Amore TNA, when they were firing off on all cylinders at that point, and then they pulled the rug from under him. But hey, who am I? Who am I to say that? Right?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see if TNA bounces back from this. But it feels like if that's your first show, and usually the first show on a new network, that's when you have your like peak audience right away, right? So
yep.
The audience is probably going to drop depending on what they like or what they don't like, and we'll see where TNA is. Like, I'm guessing AMC deal. I'm happy for them. I'm like, don't get me wrong, but the whole number 2 thing is also annoying because they're definitely not even number 2 in North America. Like, you can debate on number 2 in the world between like AEW, CMLL, and potentially New Japan, depending on what you want to do. But realistically, it ain't gonna be no TNA. TNA probably ain't even in like top 10, if we're gonna be honest.
Like MLW is a better show.
Yeah,
and I'm not shitting on MLW because I enjoy MLW. That's like one of the shows I enjoy. They're not even, you know, they may spend TNA may be spending some AMC money right now, but there's all right. If that's what you got, you ain't beating the real number 2, which is AEW right now in America. WWE made you guys look like a joke. Their biggest signing was a former WWE wrestler, Elena Black or whatever. She was their big signing. AJ Styles showed up and did exactly what I told you guys he was going to do last week. He ain't going to wrestle. He just came in and said, haha, rah rah. Oh yeah, this is the house I built. Yay. And then leaves the ring. And, you know, maybe he had a little backstage thing, but they were trying to make it look like he was going to lead to him wrestling, but it wasn't. He little broed the person pretty much. And that was it. You know, that show was bad. Like, you're not going to have Moose on there? Come on, man. The guy, like, the second guy that's been carried, before Nick Nemeth, the second guy that basically carried that company was Moose. He ain't even on the show. So I don't know, man. Was not a good show. I was hopeful, but they've fallen way too far.
We'll see where TNA goes in the future. I'm guessing there are going to be a couple people that should tune into their show this week also just to see what's going on, because the next show might be a little bit different. Who knows? But realistically, I think what we got from TNA, we're getting from this current iteration TNA. That's what it is. So.
Yep. Man, but hey, a network can give you a contract and they can pull it just as fast.
Yeah.
So let's see what their numbers are going to be doing after. Well, actually, I'm actually curious what the current numbers were on their inaugural episode of Impact. Because people show all the episode numbers for AEW. How about them Impact numbers? Show me that AMC shit right now. What were their numbers?
If we get them at all, we're probably going to get them on Tuesday. Monday's a holiday, so we might hear from them on Tuesday to see where they are.
Yeah. I was curious. Well, shit. They have the AEW numbers 15 minutes after the show ends.
Yeah, usually.
They're holding them TNA numbers kind of to their chest. Probably because it wasn't as high as they thought it was.
Yeah, more likely not. Like, when I think wrestling, I don't think AMC, so.
Yeah, no. They don't think the Travel Channel either, but they stayed there for how many years?
That's true. Also, fun fact: the show that came on before Impact the movie was the Equalizer 2, and then afterwards was the first Equalizer. So I don't know what that means, but take that as you will.
All right, but with that, folks, AEW fans, we ate good. Other fans, I don't know. But we ate good this week. Mm-hmm. So with that, let's take it home, Lionel.
Yeah, man. First off, thank you all so much for listening to this podcast. Please continue to do that. Proffitt can tell you more about how you can support us. I'm going to tell you how you can contact us, because if you want to talk to us directly, if you want to talk about our takes and things like that, you can follow us directly on Blue Sky. You can follow the entire podcast at THEBW Podcast. You can follow Proffitt at Proffitt, PROFFITT on Blue Sky. You can follow me at Shikoku, SHIKKOKU. Again, Blue Sky. Hit us up. You want to talk to us directly about our takes here. Just general takes. We also do, sometimes talk about the shows live whenever we can. Definitely just make sure you give us a follow over there if you want to hear us directly. And if you want to listen to this podcast on the go, right now you can go to Spotify. If you look up TAGPW podcast on Spotify, you'll be able to find this podcast and all of our other podcasts whenever we do them on Spotify. You'll be able to easily search through them, listen to them on the go, listen to them while you're working out. It's a very good source of ear protein. So make sure you download, give us 5 stars, comment over there also because we can see those. And make sure you share with your friends, tell everyone about this podcast. Proffitt, tell the people about the YouTube.
All right, on the YouTube. First off, you're listening to us anywhere, just period, anywhere. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate you coming by and checking us out. So on YouTube, if you're listening to us on there, you know what I'm about to ask you. First off, if you like the episode, tap that like button. It helps us out, helps get this episode to everybody. Everybody, not just one person, not 2 people, everybody out there, because you recommended it. So, that helps us out. It will help the channel out too. Also, subscribe, hit the bell button so whenever a new episode comes out, you get it first. And, you can watch us right when it pops up. Come on, watch us when it's new, not later. And then, watch it later too. Watch it anytime you want. And then finally, comment. I know we said some takes. We got some hot takes. We got cold takes. We got all the takes, baby. And I know some you probably disagree with and some you agree with. Well, let us know in the comments. What better way to interact with us than to interact with us in the comments? Well, comment. We ain't gonna bite. We'll talk back to you. Hell, we'll even talk about it on the show. So with that, thank you very much. We got to get out of here. And we're out.
Peace.